price of Rolex watches was already considered to be excessive, and with the most recent price increase, it may have become even more so, although they currently trade at a premium on the used market. We believe that won't continue for long. Hi, we are Lux Live, where you can get covered when it comes to luxury and lifestyle. In this video, we're going to talk about how these Rolex prices are now increasing. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and be the first to check out our latest Lux Life updates. A new year means a new pricing strategy. This is standard practice in most industries, and given the current state of the global economy, it is clear that prices will not fall in 2023. Production costs are rising, and this is now reflecting in the price list. While you are busy celebrating the new year, Rolex was quietly changing its prices. According to Bloomberg and the USD prices listed on the Rolex website, most watches now cost an average of 2.5% more than they did previously. The annual price increase is less than last year's, and it is actually lower than the current rate of inflation. Most models will cost between a few hundred and several $1,000s more. Even though Rolex is producing more watches now, it has become more difficult to buy them due to price increases in recent years. We fully anticipate the new models will return to cases soon, and that waiting lists will shorten, which might actually be what Rolex wants. By producing more watches and maximizing profits, they are essentially controlling their own supply and demand. While the situation appears to be gradually improving, demand for Rolex watches remains extremely high, with long waiting lists for most steel and sports references. Rolex also entered the second-hand market this year with the Rolex Certified Pre-Owned program. These most recent price hikes might be an indication that the Swiss watchmaker views raising prices as a way to safeguard its profit margins in the face of rising inflation. Rolex increased the price of models like the Submariner and the Daytona last September and the third time in November in response to currency fluctuations and the strong US dollar, in addition to the adjustments made at the beginning of 2022. Also, depending on the materials, we can clearly see a difference. Price increases of 10 to 11% were almost noticeable in stainless steel watches in 2022. Looking at the prices, it appears that Rolls-Royce will report a higher increase than the rest of the collection, around 11 to 12%. Full steel models have increased by about 7% on average, while gold models have increased by about 8 to 9% on average. The concept of investing in watches is relatively new, and most ordinary people are unwilling to part with large sums of money. Over the last few decades, a gradual but steady rise in Rolex prices has encouraged most owners to seek out the models they desire, knowing that their purchases will be relatively safe from depreciation. To someone who is comfortable investing in cryptocurrency, Rolex is reportedly planning to invest $1 billion in a new Swiss factory, which could help with supply. The manufacturer's other production facilities in Switzerland, including assembly plants in Geneva and a movements production facility in Bienne, will join the newly Geneva location, which occupies a space of 1 million square feet. Every year, usually in January, prices for Rolex are known to increase. Last year at this time, the Swiss watchmaker raised the cost of several of its venerable timepieces. The Oyster Perpetual model, which sold for $5,900 in 2021, increased to $6,150 at American dealers as a result of the change. Another popular watch among collectors, the Submariner, also experienced a startling 10.5% increase from $8,100 in 2021 to $8,950 in 2022. These price hikes also bring some Rolex watches, primarily steel sports models, closer to secondary market prices that have been gradually easing off of record high peaks over the past year. If you wanted a GMT Master 2 Pepsi and were lucky enough to be able to get one at retail price, you would have saved $450 by purchasing it in December 2022. Its price has risen by $1,050. It is common for brands to raise their prices over time, and Rolex does so on a regular basis, usually in January. Many people may find the difference in MSRP slightly ironic, given that few steel Rolex sports watches are available at retail. Buyers must join long waiting lists, and the watches frequently sell for more than the MSRP on the secondary market almost immediately after they are released. As you know, we've been keeping a close eye on Rolex prices. A Rolex watch has traditionally been difficult to locate. You may have to wait or work to find one. Building a relationship with a brand became the only way to obtain highly sought-after Rolex models. Due to limited supply and consistent demand, secondary market prices skyrocketed. Everyone seemed to want a Rolex at times, but no one could get one. But it was what happened after the pandemic that really changed the market. Immediately following the peak of the pandemic, investors sought out diversified assets in which to park their money and continue to profit. Many of these people profited from the booming cryptocurrency market at the time. They also turned to alternative investments, such as prestigious timepieces. Pieces like the Daytona became nearly impossible to find in store. When the primary market for luxury goods fails to meet demand, the resale market heats up. Rolex timepieces were no exception. Take, for example, the Daytona model. It was clearly the most popular style from the brand and was a clear favorite of luxe timepiece lovers. As a result of such high demand, resale prices skyrocketed. Because demand outstripped supply, the Daytona was priced in the upper 5 to low 6 digits. However, what goes up must come down, and as cryptocurrency values fell and economic woes began to surface, the luxury watch resale market took a significant hit. At one point, these same buyers were willing to pay exorbitant prices for their prized purchases. There are now even more Rolex watches available for resale, with more competitive pricing than ever before. Again, surplus is not something that luxury brands enjoy when it comes to their products because it reduces demand as the air of exclusivity fades. Don't hate the player, but rather the game. Rolex isn't in the business of making cheap watches to begin with, so it's hard to blame them for raising prices. Thank you so much for watching. What are your thoughts on the price increase of Rolex watches? We can't wait to hear what you think. We also encourage you to leave your personal opinions in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please share your thoughts with us. Once again, this is Lux Live, where we will get you covered when it comes to luxury and lifestyle. We look forward to seeing you again in our next video.